At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. My name is Adam, CEO of Vibra Finance. What's up, Hex Bull? How you doing, my man? Hope all's well. Camo Joe, appreciate you being here when no one else is, in the middle of the bear market. When everyone's ignoring crypto, the mainstream has just obliterated it. But you know what? We're here every day, packing our bags, grinding, and we will come out on top in a couple of years from now. Starting, I would say, March of next year, conservatively, a month before, 2 months before the halving. So let's check out some of these bubbles today. Because of X.com and Dogecoin, I believe we have a little pump here. I don't know if they're using Doge as a payment in Twitter, but Elon makes one tweet, puts that D, that orange D in a tweet, and we get a little price action. So I have maybe $500 of Dogecoin in my IRA. I don't really follow it. Don't pay attention to it. I just don't see what's the upside. You know, $1, a 10x. So I think there's way more upside to coins like XDC, which is pumping, has been pumping for a while. And it's one of those utility gems we've talked about a lot on this channel before. And I'm having blockchain monkeys on the stream Thursday. And we'll be talking a lot more about XDC and some of the stuff that they're doing. You know, I own some Globiance GBEX, which is a DEX on XDC, and then just some coins in MetaMask of XDC. And they are pumping because they have Ripple is cross-border payments for banks, on-demand liquidity. And XDC is trade finance and trade messaging. And that is going to be like tokenization of assets. That's what XDC is involved in. They're going to be, I think, a massive player in the new financial system, in the new world that's coming. So I have my bags packed. I'm honestly contemplating just biting the bullet and getting a VPN and staking my bag. I don't know if we'll ever see some of these prices again. You know, like XLM under 10 cents, XDC under, I think I got my bag at 3 cents, something like that. And it was sitting down here for a year. You know, XDC did nothing. And that's how cryptos work. You know, when bags you own are just going flat, they just pump out of the blue. You know, it's kind of how it is with some of these PRC20 coins. No one knows which one's going to pump tomorrow. But every day there's something that goes crazy and is pumping hundreds of %. And you have to be in it to win it. What's up, Tin Top? Hope you're doing well, my man. Appreciate you stopping in. This bear market will end. It will end soon. You know, just some avalanche news, guys. Like, this is stuff that is going to help all of crypto. It's going to help bring money into the markets. That's what we need right now. We're struggling in getting new capital into the markets. It's just the same money slushing around, and people starting rug pulls left and right, trying to lure and suck every last penny out of you. But there's not new people coming in yet. And until a new narrative comes, or money printing, or who knows what it's going to be, or the stock market starts to rally and Bitcoin finally starts being correlated with the stock market again, because Bitcoin is now tanking, not tanking, but going down. The stock market is going up. So there's no real correlation there yet. And the Avalanche Foundation looking to cash in on tokenization, launching a new $50 million initiative to bring activity to the network. And that's a big thing, tokenization of assets. It's going to be a catalyst, I think, of the next bull run. At least it's going to be at the heart of the institutional money that comes in. Institutional DeFi and tokenization of real world assets. That's what the big boys are talking about daily. You see it all over the media, and you can kind of see where they're going with it. You know, a LCX exchange, they're now releasing NFTs. They have their tokenized diamonds, Rolexes, and they're starting to put high-end sports cars on their NFT marketplace. And that was kind of a pipe dream and just a partnership and speculation a couple years ago. And now it's happening in real time in front of our face. And just, you know, tokenization is the process of converting real world assets or rights into digital tokens through the use of smart contracts. These tokens represent ownership or entitlements to the underlying asset and can be transacted and managed directly on the blockchain. You know, this will increase liquidity, fractional ownership, reduce transaction costs, enhance transparency, and accessibility to a global market of investors. So this is just another thing too. Japan, a massive, massive crypto market. I follow closely to what Japan is doing. They're 10 years ahead of us technology-wise. I remember in high school, shout out Ben, one of my friends was obsessed with Japan. And he went over there in like 2003 or 4, and they had FaceTime back then. And he came over and was like, dude, on their phones, they talk to each other and their faces are on the phone. So we were 10 years behind. And when I see these guys saying now Web3, a new form of capitalism, that makes me bullish as hell on the industry as a whole. The Japanese Prime Minister reaffirmed the country's commitment to fostering the Web3 industry, highlighting its potential to transform the internet and kindle social change. On the same day, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao announced the cryptocurrency exchange would launch its services on a new Japanese platform in August. So Binance is making moves into Japan. And Ripple as well. I know the advisor that I think is the economic advisor to the prime minister is a Ripple board member. So Ripple is tied in with Japan as well. And I actually hold SBI Holdings, one of the 2 stocks I own. SBI Holdings, because it's a Ripple partnership, and then Santander. I sold out of MoneyGram. It did a 3x after we bought it and during the pandemic. But then the stuff on Linqto, the pre-sales, like right now, if you try to sell them, you have to take a massive hit, a 10% fee that Linqto charges you. So until those projects launch, the equity, it's not worth selling. So all my money is in crypto. Like I'm all in at this point. And when I see stuff like this with the traditional finance side really starting to dive deep into crypto through exposure, through acquisitions, through partnerships, you know, it's all the research from the last 3-4 years coming to fruition and actually happening now. Like I said, and that's just not pipe dreams anymore. And how quick narratives can change, because XRP, all of a sudden, the most traded altcoin in 2023, getting love all over social media and all over these blog sites, whatever the hell you want to call them. You know, Ripple has been at the center of attention for many months with its legal battle. In a turn of events, the judge ruled earlier that secondary sales of XRP do not constitute investment contracts. We all knew that. It was just a matter of time. What's up, Crypto Compassion? How you doing, my man? Appreciate you stopping in. So we see how quickly the sentiment can change in the media. And in one day, you know, what green candles can do. You know, I'll bet you right now, you go on Twitter, there's probably a Dogecoin space because of this pump. You know, every coin in here, you get a nice 15% candle in one day. Everyone's on Twitter again. Everyone's happy. Everyone's bullish. And like that, sentiment can flip overnight. And that's all it takes for these crypto communities. And that's why it's so important to have a viral, loud passionate community like we have in HEX and the Pulsechain and the Richard Hart ecosystem. And I'm trying to get in other communities outside of the ecosystem and just bridge the gaps. You know, I can find things in common that we have with so many projects out there, whether it's Saucerswap, whether it's Corium, you know, whether it's Sologenics, whether it's Karate Combat. Like, there's so many projects out there that we can relate to if we're not just assholes and think that we're better than everyone else. And I really hope there's a day when everyone in crypto is on the same team, not just fighting and bickering and maxis, and it's just not healthy. So I really do hope that that day comes where we can have peace in the crypto worlds. So last thing up here that I want to talk about is the Bank of America. The hypocrisy here is they raised concern over the impact of Ripple's SEC lawsuit ruling on crypto regulations. They expressed uncertainty about how the recent case might impact the crypto industry, highlighting a need for a comprehensive regulatory framework to support mainstream adoption and institutional engagement in digital assets. That is really funny, because when we go to MetaMask Institutional, they're live and operating. When you go to HEX Trust, they're up and running and signing new partners, it seems like every single day. Hedge funds, VC funds, insurance companies, you name it, they're all working there. So either this news is a little bit late, it's a little bit off, or it's intentionally meant to mislead you. Because Bank of America, I'm almost positive, is a Ripple partner. When you sort through and see some of the companies that they own and that they invest in. For years, the crypto industry has been pushing for a regulatory framework to address concerns surrounding cryptos in the United States. However, the US SEC maintained that existing security laws were applicable to all cryptocurrencies. Bank of America was the first to react to the ruling. Really? They were the first ones out of everybody in the world. Bank of America were the first ones to react, acknowledging that it released XRP from suspicions of being a security. However, the bank emphasized the ruling didn't provide clear guidance for the broader market. The unique nature of Ripple's XRP offering and complexities surrounding the ruling make it challenging to determine its full implications. While the path to mass adoption remains ahead, the interest shown by investors underscores the importance of providing regulatory clarity. The Bank of America believes that defining rules for the crypto industry is crucial to support its continued growth while safeguarding market participant interests. So they're just playing it safe. You could see what they're doing, the tactics that they're using to stall out and let Europe usher out their DeFi regulations and their framework and their regulations, and let it roll out in Dubai and let it roll out across the world and see what works. This stuff evolves so fast and it moves so fast that even if they fully regulated crypto right now, in 2 years from now, those regulations would almost be irrelevant, because technology does a complete 360 every, I think, 18 months, actually. So they know that this industry is going to have to be self-regulated. They can't regulate it like all of traditional finance. It's a new asset class. So one other thing, guys, this newsletter is awesome. If you're not subscribed to it, definitely come here, tnm.me, the Texan Nationalist Movement website. And there's 487,000 people now supporting the movement. I didn't know. I thought it was closer to 400,000. Oh, never mind. I'm not tweeting out candidates. But So they're almost at a half a million followers or supporters of the movement, which is unbelievable. So I'm so bullish on Texan token. Shout out to Rags and Crypto Heartbeat over there for what they're doing. This is a real grassroots blue collar movement. And look at that, 487,000 Texans. That's amazing. And this is the stuff that I want to use Avalanche. I want to use XRP in my IRA to make way more than I could in the traditional system and take those profits out and invest into people I believe in, invest into people that I want to succeed. Because right now we need some new catalyst for the market. I mean, we look at Pulsechain, it's just getting ugly out here right now. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. There's no way around it. But Pulsechain is dead right now, and all of crypto is dead. Volumes are dropping all across the board. I was like, oh my God, I got to go check to see these other dexes that we use on the XRP ledger, Sologenics and Saucerswap. And was it over there? Trader Joe for AVAX, and the volumes are down on all of the dexes. So it's not just a Pulsechain problem. It's a problem native to all of crypto. And I think the rate hike, this is going to be the last one tomorrow. And that really could, I think, kickstart a month of red candles and just capitulation. I really did think that we had a chance from the ETF moves to get Bitcoin up to like 35K, but it didn't happen. And I said, as soon as if we can hold over 30,000, there's chance for an alt season. But if we fall down below 30, it's going to be pushed back. And of course that happens. And that's what the crypto markets do. That's what crypto is meant to do. It's to shake you out, to make you say, oh God, all right, I just give up. Pepe was pumping like crazy. I missed the pump. I bought in and now I'm down 40%, which is a lot of people. And that's what it's meant to make you feel like. Question everything you've done. If you're saying, oh God, this is so easy, I'm just crushing it, I would be very wary of what coins you're in. Unless you're staked, obviously, and you have a great plan together. But if you're just playing the meme coins and you're trying to get rich overnight, I'm sorry, but you might as well just go play roulette. Because crypto now, there's so many projects, there's so much competition out here now. It's not the same as it was 4 years ago. Where, if you spend a couple hours, you could find, 5 or 6 hidden gems that had a lot of potential. And now that same research, everybody's doing it now, or everyone has someone that's doing it. So you really got to be calculated and really go against the grain and against what the mainstream is doing. Like all these PRC 20s, this is the opportunity time. If you believe in it, now's the time to load up, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to get much worse with the economy after this, or with the interest rates getting hiked one more time. I think that'll be it. And then always following that rate hike, the transition period is the worst part. So, August and then maybe a little September. And I think mid-September is going to be bullish. The only real FUD we have coming out is the Mt. Gox sales and the government selling Bitcoin. But that's really it. Other than that, I think we should start to rip. There's no reason. Once we get within 8 months, 6 months of the halving, it just kind of feels inevitable. And if it doesn't happen, the later it goes, the closer we get to the halving, the more explosive it's going to be. So we now kind of can narrow down this time gap of another, I would say 8 months max before we're really starting to pump. So time goes fast. Just keep grinding. If you feel like your bags aren't packed, you got time. If you feel like you could add to anything, now's the time to do it, in my opinion. Especially these PRC 20s, Aave and Chainlink and Uniswap. If you believe in any of these, You know, I'm missing a ton, I'm sure. Compound, SHIB, Quant. I know for a fact when all my degens come back, they're gonna be asking me, where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? It's inevitable. And I'm gonna point them to Pulsechain because I'm not gonna want them eaten up by insane gas fees. And I imagine that there's gonna be other people out there doing the same thing. I mean, if there's Chainlink on Pulsechain and Chainlink on Ethereum, and they're the same price, and one of them, if you have $100, you can't even buy or sell. You can't make two transactions. I just, it's almost obvious to me. How high can it pump? I don't know. But I think it's just too risky, bottom line, to not have exposure to some of these PRC20s you believe in. I think missing the boat on Zen is going to be a crucial mistake for a lot of you guys out there that, oh, I don't like Jack or whatever. I'm a real Hexagon. Well, I am too. Yo, I'm a real Hexagon. How many of you got this hat? Huh? The Pulse Masters 2022 PulseX Pulsechain gold hat. We've been to every single meeting. Like, we're OG Hexagons, but I'm not missing out on Zen. Like the opportunities like Zen, first cycle, viral community, tons of projects building on it. These opportunities are going to be few and far between every year that comes in crypto. It's going to get harder and harder and harder to make money. So to not capitalize on these opportunities right now is going to be a critical mistake. You know, these NFTs now are printing 3.4 billion Zen. So let's see what that's given at today's price. So PZen, where are you at? PZen and Pulsechain. So 3.4 billion, 744,000 Pulsechain. So it cost me 20 to 30,000 depending on what gas is at the time. So that's gonna be net me 700,000 Pulsechain. So I'm gonna crush it on my bag of Pulsechain by just minting these NFTs. So the price appreciation of Pulsechain. So if Zen doesn't even go up at all, look at how much you're gonna pull out. You know, even if it does go down forever, I don't care. Even if this cuts down in half and my 27,000, shit, if it drops down 60% and my 25,000 nets me 250,000 Pulsechain, that's a 10x of my bag. So that's just one way to do it for you guys that don't have money to just be dumping into this stuff. If you have a limited income and you're strapped on cash, this is a phenomenal way to build your bags of Pulsechain without having to take crazy risk. You know, look, let's see the one I did for 257 days. So come August 7th or April 7th, right around the Bitcoin halving. So it's going to be around 2 billion. So what's 2 billion going to get me? 441,000. So that's almost a 20x on my Pulsechain for each one I'm doing. So say each one nets me 400,000 on average, and you did 10 of those. So you're turning 270,000 Pulsechain into 4 million Pulsechain. How do you lose? How can, like, I just don't see how you lose or how people are talking shit on this. And I know people are so hypocritical because we looked online and a lot of Hex OGs were the ones that were minting on day one on Ethereum. So like people are, I don't know if they're scared to admit it or whatever, or they're going to, I don't know what the deal is, but I know there's a massive, massive, massive amount of Hexagons in the Zen community and Zenians in the Hex community or Pulse community. So we're all like here, but we're not here. It's so crazy. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm here and I'm going to do what I can do to make myself the most money. And I don't see an alternative to taking 25,000 Pulsechain besides these PRC 20s, which I have my bags loaded up on of all the ones I believe in. I got like 10 or 12 million Pulsechain, if not 15, something like that, 10 to 15 million in these. So hopefully those will outperform Pulsechain. So that 10 or 15 will turn into 50 million maybe. And then I'm doing a ZenFT every single day on Pulsechain. So every day, if these things right here can net me, say I do 100 of them at 400,000 Pulsechain, that's 40 million Pulsechain, and I'm going to be spending 2.7 million. Like, that to me is an insane opportunity that we should be all taking advantage of. Regardless if you love Jack, hate Jack, whatever, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You're hurting your bags by not doing this, in my opinion. And it's another thing too is like, it's something you can afford to say it goes bad and it goes to zero. Are you going to really feel hurt if you lost out on a couple 100,000 Pulsechain? Like, that's not that big of a deal. So the upside that you can gain on these versus what you're risking, I don't see how people aren't connecting the dots on this and not, communities bridging together. And could you imagine both communities together with Richard and Jack, how much noise that could make? Like, if all of our energy got combined, it would be massive. But that would never happen because people just have to feel better than the next person or whatever that divide is. And, while Pulsechain's going down and getting cheaper and PulseX is getting cheaper, you can get more. So if you bought 2 weeks ago at, 20% above SAC rate and you bought again today, just pretend you bought at 20% above SAC rate and take the difference and mint ZenFTs, and you'll be in the same exact spot you were. So to not do this, in my opinion, is crazy. To not be minting these NFTs, I think it's more risky than not having exposure to some of these PRC20s. Except, Pepe and Shib, there's a couple that are must-haves, in my opinion. But again, what are you missing out on for a couple 100,000 Pulsechain? Like, if it goes to zero, it's not going to hurt you. You're not risking a huge amount. So that's my Zen rant today. I'm gonna keep drilling it home. And XDC too. We shout out to Harley from XDC Crystals. He was at the he came to the Pulsechain pool party, the Rec Pleb party that CZ put together out there. We had a blast, and it's amazing how everyone gets along in person. What's up, Wheel? Got ZenFTs stacked on Pulsechain. Oh boy. Regardless of people's opinions, I like things that pay over time, like HEX, T-shares, NFTs, Genius Miners, IQ shares. There you go, bro. Exactly. You like things that pay you over time. Exactly. Like great staking platforms, like T-shares, like ICOSA, like Hedron. There's tons of opportunities out there. Like what's coming with the new XRP, with the AMMs, with what is it, XLS 40, I think it is. That with the decentralized liquidity pools, they're going to be a game changer. We're going to be able to provide liquidity in these big pools that the bigger they grow, the more yield they produce, which is the opposite of what we're used to today. The bigger they grow, the less yield. So the times are going to change, guys. And when I saw Chainlink back when the Ripple lawsuit first happened, Chainlink fudded their own bags. They had articles released saying that Chainlink could be potentially next to be sued by the SEC. The price tanked 20% and whales accumulated the dip. So whales from Chainlink literally put out an article funding Chainlink so they could accumulate more. When I saw that, I was like, man, anything is possible in crypto. What are other people doing? If Chainlink is doing this, or Chainlink whales are doing this. So I would not sell out of anything that you've bought, that you have conviction in, that you have had a reason to buy. And yes, we do need another text. So check this out. Where is it? Local groups. Event. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. The events. Look at this. If you live in, I wish I was anywhere near these, but up here in New York, long way away. Look at all the meetups around Texas coming. Like, this is awesome. Shout out to Rags and Crypto Heartbeat. Every day there's meetings for Texit all around Texas in person. That's what it's about. That's powerful right there. 400 something thousand people that are meeting and networking in real life and planning and strategizing, not just keyboard warriors complaining. So that's why I'm a Texan permabull. And when Texan does 100x, I might get a Texan tattoo. Maybe Rags will too. We'll go get some matching Texan tattoos that say "Wag Me" underneath them. So, guys, the hypocrisy is insane. Bank of America is really confused about this. They're really confused about crypto. Meanwhile, all the institutional platforms, Fidelity, Hex Trust, MetaMask, everything is already out and running perfectly fine for institutions. So it's not a problem. Bank of America doesn't want their clients going and buying crypto right now and owning stuff on a ledger. Bank of America wants you in a year or two, once their platforms are open, to go and buy Bank of America Chainlink, Bank of America Hex, Bank of America Pulsechain. Well, they'll hold the real assets and stake them and earn yield, and you'll be holding this piece of shit derivative. That's what the future is, in my opinion. That's where they're going with this. JP Morgan, same thing. They're going to have an in-house exchange for their tokenized stocks, bonds, everything. They're all in one marketplace where they're selling you derivatives. If you own a stock of Tesla on their website, do you really own it? Like owning crypto on your ledger? No, you don't. It's not the same thing. So they're going to want to sell you derivatives of all these cryptos out here. So of course, right now they're going to tell you it's way too risky. We need mainstream adoption. We need regulatory framework for this to operate. No, you don't. No, you don't. That is not true at all. XRP is now, what do you know, the most traded altcoin of 2023. So just like that, the narratives can flip. And when the media piles behind and rallies behind something, the green candles that can result are insane. And all ships rise with the tides. So when money floods into crypto, into XRP, into Bitcoin, it'll eventually trickle down into real DeFi and eventually trickle down into the altcoins. It's all a cycle. They don't repeat, but they often rhyme. And I'm sticking with the 4-year cycles. I'm sticking with that, with the halving, and a year after is going to be the top. I think this might be the first cycle where altcoins peak less than a year after the Bitcoin halving, because everyone's expecting mid-2025. So I think it's going to happen earlier and be a disappointment and be a little bit of a letdown. But I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong to the conservative side and things just go crazy off top. So that boy wheel, hodl your Texan strong, stake it and scrape it. That's my advice with Texan. Hodl and stake. That's what I'm doing. I don't think you can go wrong with a grassroots community in its first cycle, with passionate founders like Rags and Matt over there. They checks all the boxes for what you want. Passionate community, viral, loud, small market cap, first cycle, low fees to trade on, and staking passive income opportunities. Checks all the boxes. So definitely love my Texan. I love all of crypto, guys. I think a lot of people get it confused that when I say, like, yeah, I own, XRP and XLM, and I own Matic and Solana. Those are all in my ITRUSTCAPITAL account. Those are all in an IRA. Like, I don't trade those. I don't touch those. I can't touch them. I can't pull it out without a 40% penalty for 22 years. So that's a complete different mentality with that portfolio. But the stuff I trade liquid and hold liquid is HBAR, some of the XRPL DeFi, some of the XR or HBAR altcoins, a couple of the XLM altcoins in Lobster Wallet, and then mostly Richard Hart. I'm primarily weighted. I would say 75% of my liquid bags are in Richard Hart ecosystem to the 25% that's not. It might even be like 80%. So I might even be overweighted if you asked a real professional and looked at my portfolio. But that's all right. I'm betting on Richard. I don't think he's going to let us down. And everyone else around him is collapsing. And he's just sitting on top still. And he's not changing his message. He's now conservative, humble Richard. I can't wait till he's out in the public again. Whether it's maybe a appearance around the highest of stakes, that would be awesome. Oh yeah, we forgot to even talk about that. The highest stakes coming out. How big of a catalyst is this going to be? I can't imagine this isn't going to help the prices of all the coins in the ecosystem. I mean, it could be a sell the news event if we get a pump before, but that's only if we get a huge green candle like August 3rd. It might be a little suspicious, but if we start, going up a couple percent a day and stop this just straight falling off of a cliff, that would be nice. But that's all right. I think this is all part of Richard's plan to shake people out, to get the weak baby lettuce hands out. Or is it the paper-handed baby paper lettuce-handed wrecked plebs or noobs? I don't know the exact lingo, but something along those lines. I think that's what this is, the ultimate shakeout of people that don't believe in him. HEX, there was way less economic mass in the HEX launch versus these projects now. So for him to get the amount of X's he wants to brag about, a lot of people have to get shaken out. So don't worry about this, guys. This is par for the course. If I was worried, I would be telling you. I'd be telling you I'm worried as hell. Until the volume of Pulsechain drops down to Saucerswap, then I'll start to get worried. But we're still about 4x of what they're doing right now. So we're still fine. This is par for the course. Say my first rodeo. If it's yours, just buckle up, buttercups, because we will be going for a ride soon. Pack your bags, mint your NFTs, stake your Texan, stake your HEX. I saw something today that PulseX staking, something might have got announced for it. I mean, I personally don't care because I know it's not going to do shit for the price. I've been around long enough. I've seen every gimmick come out, and I promise you it's not going to influence one whale one bit. A 5 or 10% staking, if they are contemplating millions of dollars in selling, it won't matter. So don't listen to these clowns that tell you staking is going to print green candles and staking is going to be awesome for the price. It'll help, but it is not. If you're relying on staking to do anything, I would be very, very careful. PulseX staking. PulseX Dex GitLab recently has a lot of brand new update activities. Who else thinks single-sided staking could indeed be one of the newest updates, lols? All right. Does Pulsechain on-chain volume go parabolic once we get bigger projects and PulseX single-sided staking? No. No, it will not. Single-sided staking will not. Bigger projects, yes. That is what we need. We need more development. We need more projects building on Pulsechain, and it will come once money starts to come into crypto as a whole. We need this last interest rate hike, I think. We need the little recession after that for the next couple months, and then it's game time. I think they'll be doing QE by March, and that'll conveniently be a month or two before the halving. And then we'll be rocking and rolling. I think we're going to have a hell of a 2024. I think 2024 will be better than 2025. So you heard that here first. It's my prediction, my latest prediction. So That's all I got for today, guys. Davis, I think we need to go below SAC price a few more times. I think so too, bro. I think you're 100% right. I hope it's one more time after this. But if it happens a couple more times, it is what it is. I'm not worried. I got my Kava and my Osmosis unbonding, unstaking. So in 2 weeks, I can take that. And I'm going to buy a bag of VMPX. I think it's too risky to not have some exposure to that. And then I'm buying some more Pulse and PulseX with it. So I'm getting out of my mid-tier altcoins right now and swapping them for Pulse and PulseX at these low. I just cannot see at these prices that them beating Richard Hart's projects. And I know I'm going to regret not doing it if I don't. So that's what I'm doing right now. Those are the moves I'm making. If you got any questions, you need help, reach out to me. Book an appointment at vibrafinance.com is what I do every day, all day. Talk to people that need help. I was talking to one of my buddies earlier, and obviously he's brand new to crypto. I was talking to him on Facebook, and he fell for one of the stupid, send me $100, I'll send you 200 back things. But it was someone in person, I guess, that recommended it to him. So it was more of like a in-person. He had trust in this guy or whatever. It wasn't like he went online and scanned the QR code. But that's the shit that I hate seeing. So helping people out like that, getting them straightened out in the right path, getting people whose portfolios are just in these, you wouldn't believe some of the coins I see people owning. That I don't even know where they even got them. Some of these Inu, Volt, Inu, Shiba Flokies. Like, guys, it's crazy some of the shit these people have. Like, you wouldn't believe it. I promise you. So I don't know if people are embarrassed and they don't want to admit what they hold, or it's wild. So that's what I'm here for, to help you out, straighten you out, get your portfolios right, get you out of the shit coins you hold, get you out of any delusions you're holding on to, and face reality. Shout out, Erwin. Hope you're safe and sound in Portugal over there. I definitely can't wait to have you on stream soon. So like, subscribe, retweet, hit the bell button and all. And I will see you guys tomorrow.